Welcome back, everyone, to the next episode of The Linesmen here, episode 14, brought to you by Hedge Better. You got me on the mic today, Arby. We're going to be rocking with one less. Andy is not here today, but we got Nick and producer Jay.
What's going on?
And real excited to kind of come back in. I haven't been in the studio in 2 weeks, so, you know, one of my famous lines, I'm back, baby. So ready to get into a little bit of the conversations and some of this transfer talk since I haven't been able to. And definitely going to bring up some of this Olympics and the Gold Cup. So we got a nice little episode here for everyone. And again, I'm going to be ending this episode by trying to continue to tease you all to join up and jump in on the idea of a season-long Premier League bet against the podcast. So, yeah, so why don't we kick it off here, Nick, about the Gold Cup. The boys, the U.S., beating Mexico again for the second straight trophy against them, huh?
I mean, that set-piece goal, I did not see that coming at all. I was sitting there watching it in my bed, and I was like, oh, my God.
I'm not going to lie. I'd almost given up. It was getting late. I was about to turn the TV off. I stood up about to turn it off, and then I saw the piece get in, and I'm like, oh shit. Good thing I didn't turn this off.
I couldn't go too crazy. My girlfriend was sleeping and like right next to me, so I was having a little
Congrats on the
mode.
sex, dude.
Hey. This is a PG show.
This is a PG show.
No, but yeah, I mean, good for USA after not qualifying for the 2018 World Cup. It looks like they're on the right track and missing some of their better players right now.
That's really what it was. It's honestly, it was surprising to see. I mean, I guess their defense really was what the tail of it was. They didn't really concede much throughout the entire tournament, and I mean, this game kind of a little bit of a drag fest.
Yeah, it definitely was.
A lot of just real back and forth.
Yeah.
Just maybe one too many dribbles or one missed pass from like getting some good counter strikes in. Yeah. Mexico's left side was really pushing really hard throughout the whole game. I think that was kind of what made it seem like Mexico had plenty of chances to score because of it. But in the end, it was really just it was in the 117th minute set piece. That
was awesome.
It just feathered in.
Yeah. I put a little teaser out to the boys. I bet that the USA would win a World Cup before England can bring another one home. Mm-hmm. And right now, I don't want to be cocky. I don't want to say that the USA is the best team in the world right now, but they're on the right track.
Yeah, man, the Gold Cup. What competition they had to fight.
Hey, you know, it's all about putting wins together, and that's what they're doing right now. 2 trophies in a row.
No, that's right, and both against Mexico too, who have really had our number for just years. So it was a great rivalry. Great to get to have them match up against each other again, and in a different kind of setting. I mean, not having Pulisic that's kind of a big game changer there. One of the main pieces for scoring. So I mean, maybe that's why you saw such a lower scoring game, only getting that one goal. I actually, I wasn't 100% sure going in. So would that have gone to penalties too? Or were they just going to keep playing extra time?
PKs.
It was about to go to
PKs. About to go to PKs.
I for some reason, I turned the sound off on it because one of my roommates was also watching TV there. So I just was watching it on like our second TV, and I was trying to read it, but my eyesight's terrible, and I thought that they were just like, I thought I read that they were going to continue extra time again, and I got super confused.
Man, you got banished off the big screen?
Well, you know what? It was fine.
What was he watching? What TV show was he watching?
Oh, we watched a little Yellowstone yesterday, so I was kind of psyched, and I've never watched it, so we were finishing up the first season since he's seen it, I hadn't, so I was totally fine with watching it on the TV that didn't have sound.
Yeah.
Especially being a game that kind of snail-paced like that.
Yeah, it was. Speaking of the complete opposite, the women's team failed
to even make the final. Wow.
The only acceptable time to lose to Canada is in hockey. I'll just say it right there.
Oh yeah, 100%. And first time in 20 years that they've had a loss. I think I saw it was 36 straight games that they've not lost.
Yeah.
So to lose 1-0 like that with this team still having all these stars on it.
Yeah.
Granted, older, kind of fading stars, but still stars. It was a little sad to see that. They do have the chance here in that consolation game. I think they're playing Australia again, who they did lose to already in the group staging. So could be an interesting game. But again, another 20 years since they haven't grabbed a medal. So if they lose to Australia and they just come back without a medal at all, that's going to be kind of tough. They had a pretty poor showing overall, I'd say.
Yeah, they weren't the typical U.S. women's team that we've seen in the past. Granted, they're a little older, like you said, but if your stars aren't playing to their highest abilities, I guess you're not gonna.
Yeah, I mean, just barely even like getting into the quarterfinals and out of the group stage.
Definitely, the crowd, having no crowd there to cheer you on, and just the whole thing of being in your room alone, isolated during. Yeah. That's kind of tough. It really wears on players, I guess.
It is kind of tough too, I guess, for coming from the U.S. I mean, it's so hard to watch these games. Like you're watching replays. Like we're obviously not watching them when they're live because I'm sleeping. So that time difference and knowing that it's not really a spectacle that your home crowd's going to be there, kind of pushing you on with. And people are just going to wake up to the news of what happened to you versus like being invested in the game. I feel like that's got to play some sort of mental toll.
Yeah, it definitely does.
Mental toll. I mean, have we talked about that to almost death over the last 6 months?
Yeah.
I'm so sick of hearing the mental toll that things take on people.
But hey, no excuses. They didn't show up to play this Olympics. It was kind of hard to watch them play. But you never know; they might be back in the Women's World Cup next year, or the year after. I'm not sure.
Year after, I believe.
Year after, they might need to get rid of some players. Rapinoe.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what this what this will make of that next team. Who gets kind of pushed out the back door? Which young player might have to kind of come up?
Yeah.
Who's that next Alex Morgan for the team? Even though she's still here.
Yeah.
She doesn't look like her old
rising
self.
Star. It was like Landon Donovan, Clint Dempsey, and then now it's Christian Pulisic, and we had Mia Hamm / Abby Wambach, Alex Morgan, and I think Rose Lavelle is the next one. I think she's a beast.
I've been a huge fan of hers.
She's a beast. Cincinnati girl, shout out.
She has a motor like nobody else out there too. She's just awesome. always moving.
Yeah, she's the best.
Yeah. Yeah, so interesting to see how that'll shake out for sure.
Yeah.
And then again, good for the U.S. national team. Happy to see getting those trophies and seeing if we can actually pull in real viewership and kind of get that commitment. It sucks that we're not going to be in the World Cup coming up next year, but whatever. we see the progress right now with this team. It's probably a good thing that we're not in the World Cup because if we did, I don't think this team's ready for that yet. And I'd rather them continue to gel, continue to find more people, and I wonder how it's going to affect the World Cup being right smack dab in the middle of the Premier League this year.
Yeah, it's next year.
Well, it's 2022. Yeah, that's what I say.
Sorry, my bad.
Next year, December of next year. I wonder how that's going to affect players' contracts and stuff. Are they going to be allowed to play for their national team and for their contracted team for whatever league that they're in?
I'm thinking it's going to probably be like a Winter Olympics NHL kind of thing this year. They're taking a 2-week break. They might do the same thing with but obviously the World Cup's a lot longer than.
Yeah.
So we'll either have a shortened season in the Premier League and every single league pretty much, or have an extended season till end of June, maybe July. But then again, that doesn't help. Even in with COVID times, these shortened seasons, these elongated seasons, playing year round, and now you got Euros, the Olympics. It's going to be 3 or 4 years before they have a normal season.
Yeah,
which is kind of tough, but you never know.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, so I'm definitely curious to see what'll happen with that as well. But again, we got a whole other year before that'll even come into play.
Yeah. We got 475 days, 11 hours, and 16 minutes
the countdown
until the World Cup. No, not keeping track.
Not keeping track.
Not keeping track or anything.
And it's not the final.
The U.S. has a chance to qualify for this World Cup, so I hope they can get in there. They play round robin. They play Slovenia. coming up here in round 1.
Oh, we'll keep our eyes on that. When's that game scheduled for?
That would be September 2nd, 2021.
Okay.
I'm ready for it.
Okay.
Go USA.
That again, wonder what players will be able to play in that game anyways, though.
Yeah. I don't think
Again, right in the middle of the Premier League.
under 23s again.
Probably.
Under 23s, no pool say. Oh no, they'll be on international break.
Will they be?
Yeah.
The 22nd?
The second.
Oh, the second. Okay.
They'll be on international break
Okay.
for sure.
Perfect. All
Now-
right, that
now
matches up. That's
USA.
probably why they did that.
USA, it's time to get serious. You have a chance to make the World Cup this year. Don't blow it.
Please. They're not playing Trinidad and Tobago. So.
I looked right in the camera for that one. I hope they get my message.
Yeah, we're fine with losing to Trinidad as long as we don't also lose to Tobago. All right. Yeah, so that's enough. That's enough of the bad jokes and the Olympic FIFA talk. The main thing that I want to talk about today, being the big Spurs guy, is what's up with this transfer window? What's up with Kane? He didn't show up today, and I'm hearing that he's going to get some serious fines. So I'm wondering what that means.
Should
What
have
does
at
that
least
mean
shown
for
up
Kane?
like Marshawn Lynch so he didn't get fined. But I think Kane's time at Tottenham is over. I don't want to rub it in, but
Do you think that
he's-
they've done anything to convince him? Like what do you think they could do to convince him?
I don't think they could do anything.
You don't think there's anything that
They've just been they've been a
Yeah.
bottom, like a bottom of the top 6 mid level team for a
Yeah.
while.
and
Even
not
with
having
Kane.
not having Europa, or I mean not having
Yeah.
champions, so
They
like
had Champions League last year and Kane, or 2 years ago, and he didn't even play in that semifinal to get in to the Champions League final.
yeah.
So they can do it without him, I guess. I don't know how they're going to do it without him. They're going to have to be very impressive.
Yeah. I mean they grabbed, I mean if we want to talk about the Spurs, I mean we'll just stick with Cade for now, but I mean they grabbed a couple young guys that I think are going to be difference makers for the Spurs team. I'll mention them in a little bit, but I just kind of want to just stay with the Kane. Is it City? Is that where we're getting?
So apparently City are interested in Kane and Grealish. They won't be able to afford both of them this year. And if they do somehow manage to come up with the funds for both Kane and Grealish, I think that's illegal. Like
We should just fucking riot.
let's investigate Man City here.
Yeah, just riot. Well, I'm seeing Grealish is going to be $100 million.
I think he's a one club player.
Yeah,
I think he's going to stay with the Villa. They had talks.
that's his
He
home.
was-
That's his home team, isn't it?
I mean, yeah.
So
He
it makes sense for him to want to stay.
Yeah, I mean, I hope he would stay. I really want him to stay because if I really like watching him play, like he's my favorite. He's my favorite non-Man United player in the Premier League. And if he goes to City, I have to hate him. But
Yeah, that's totally fair.
$100 million, that's a lot of money. Francesco Totti did the same thing.
Yeah.
He was offered a ton of money to go to Real or Barcelona or all these places. He said no. He wants to stay with his team, and I think he was like in an interview a couple weeks ago where he really liked the manager's vision of where this club's going, all the ambition that they have, and the positive results that they're all getting throughout the season. They keep getting higher and higher in the table every year since they've been back. I really want him to stay. I think he's going to stay.
Hard to turn down those 3 digits.
It's that money doesn't even go to him. It goes to the club.
Yeah, it's still.
It's not him turning it down. It's the club turning it down. The club can easily.
Well,
turn
that's
it
what I
down.
mean. But like it's hard to turn that down, even as the club. You know how many players they can buy for that?
Like 2.
Yeah, and two stars.
2 stars, but no Grealish. That's kind of a
Yeah, but Grealish can't do it by himself. Wouldn't you rather have two
they
two
just
B
signed-
pluses?
They just signed Leon Bailey from Bayern Leverkusen, who is an up and coming guy on loan. That's the only reason I think that Grealish probably will stay because he wants to
just to have the running mate.
Yeah, he wants to have that guy who he can connect with in that midfield from that midfield.
Yeah.
I really think he can. I don't know. Aston Villa can make some noise this year.
All right. Well, so let's hope that he stays because obviously we're not rooting for City over here.
I hate City.
But if it's not Grealish, then that opens City up to be able to grab Kane.
Yeah.
If it's not City, where else do you see Kane going?
Back to Tottenham.
You think that it's City or Tottenham? You think it's between those
City
two?
or Tottenham. It's either he's staying or he's going to City. I don't think there's any other team that A, wants him, B, can afford him, or C, or he wants to go to. I think it's up to him pretty much.
Well, I mentioned that article to you about Chelsea, trying to get Lukaku back. I mean, I could totally see if they're really looking to upgrade there. I mean, obviously nobody likes Timo Werner, so wouldn't Kane make sense in that team?
He would make sense.
Why wouldn't they want to be going after him too?
Because they also want to get Haaland, and they want to get Lukaku, and they want to get Kane. Chelsea fans need to realize they can only barely get one of those guys at a budget. So stop. This is for Chelsea fans. Stop thinking that you can buy the best strikers in the freaking world here. You can get one of them. That's it. And you're not getting Haaland. He's staying at BVB. So don't even think about it. Lukaku, he's staying at Inter. He's having the time of his life. He hated it in England. He left. He left for a reason.
Yeah.
He's killing it in Serie A. Why do you think he would want to leave? I mean, it's up to Inter, if they want to keep him or not. But he wouldn't want to go back to England. I wouldn't want to go back to England.
But he left there back in 2014. So, I mean, he's been gone for a long time now. So I think that could go
for 3 years.
I thought it was 2014 when he left.
No, he left Man United in 2018.
Well, he left Chelsea in 2014.
Yeah, he did.
I wasn't talking just England as a whole. No, but I mean, that's longer. I feel like that's long enough to circle back around and see kind of what the waters are like again. Test ride the new version of the old whip.
Yeah, I just got a breaking news update on my phone. Ooh. Speaking of the Premier League, they're easing down next season. Offsides could prevent. What does it say right here? Soft penalties will be cut down next season, while changes to VAR offside could prevent numerous disallowed goals. So
interesting.
Does that mean basically if it's a big goal, they're not going to review it? They're just going to let it go?
Pretty much, probably. Yeah. I don't know. They need to fix it. We the last podcast we did, we were talking about some things we want to talk about, potentially have bonus content, stuff like that. We haven't gotten to the VAR discussion yet. It's a big one that we want to have, but everything's coming up hot and fast, so we kind of have to put it on the back burner here. You'll get all of our opinions soon.
Well, that news right there could also that's going to factor. That's going to
help Harry Kane right there.
Seriously, I mean the cherry picking niner over here. It's definitely going to help him. So another reason why I want him to stay on my Spurs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know you wanted to give a shout out to your boy Tom, big Arsenal guy.
Shout out!
Great signing for them today.
Shout out to graphic design Tom for signing Ben White from Brighton. He gave us a little shout out, pointed out his childhood home in North London. Shout out, Tom. You're the best.
Yeah, that's a big pickup for them. And you're saying right around the same price there for Varane. So great, different players, but I mean, big changer for him.
I am so excited for Man United's back four this year. They're gonna be hard to stop.
Yeah,
they're
gonna
gonna be hard to get by. Yeah, Harry and Varane in the back, in the center, and then you got Luke Shaw, Roberto Carlos, as I say, and
Maguire,
and then you got Wan-Bissaka, the Spider. That's a solid back four, and now they have a solid midfield.
Yeah,
and a solid.
And I love Luke Shaw. You can move him around too. You don't even have to keep him there as a back four.
And now you got solid wingers, solid attack. You got Sancho, Greenwood, and these two young kids that have been playing a lot of the preseason games, preseason friendlies that they've been playing. Mm-hmm. Anthony Elanga and what's his face? Facundo Palestri. Those two guys have been lighting it up. I'm excited to see what they're good. They're both 18, 20 years old.
Nice.
Two good solid players. And Solskjaer says he has a happy problem over there on his squad. Picking guys now with Rashford out.
I was gonna say with Rashford out, maybe they'll get some playing time in the beginning. Really get to showcase.
Now they have some depth to that attacking force that they've been missing for a couple of years. Now they have the options. I'm pretty excited to see where this goes.
Yeah. And the Spurs, they've made a couple good pickups, I think. I'm a fan of this young kid, Bryan Gill. I like the style that he plays. I think he fits really well on this team, especially kind of taking over like Lamela's role a little bit.
Yep.
But younger, faster, and I think I like what I've seen so far from his like imagination and set pieces.
Yep.
He's real strong with that left foot too, so being able to just insert him instantly on that left side will allow Son to kind of take over a little bit more and not have to do that as much. It just gives him that extra kind of danger to set it up. That's why I want Kane to stay so badly, because you get a guy who's as good as Gill is with that left foot of sending good set pieces out into the middle, where he likes to be in the back corner, he likes to throw it up. That's what Kane lives for. He wants to be that guy that's running down the pipe, that's taking it off the forehead, or just settling it in the box and just ripping it to the corner. Like this guy would play well with Kane. He was probably the best pickup for Kane that I think Tottenham could have been able to get.
And they also lost out on Lamela too, so that's kind of a, you get one but you lost another.
Yeah, but I'm not even a huge fan of Lamela, so I don't hate the move at all. He was the guy's always hurt. He never really played. And, accountability and availability are the two biggest things. And when he was playing, he was trying to headbutt people or take them off. The guy was always getting cards.
Yeah,
so,
that's fair.
I mean, it's fun to watch, I guess, but he was kind of a wild card. No wonder why he got hurt all the time.
Yeah, another big move. Big news, not a move. James Rodriguez is free to leave Everton before the transfer window ends. He might go to Milan. He might not. He might stay in Madrid. He might go back to Madrid, or he'll stay at Everton. I don't know which. I mean, obviously it depends on the offer that they get for him wherever he goes, but they'd be losing a big part of their team if James leaves. He was only there for a little bit, probably like a year, but that's kind of tough. Mm-hmm. If they lose him, he was kind of a spark.
He was one of the only reasons why they were able to kind of actually showcase and put out some goals this year was him working his way through. So that wouldn't be great.
West Ham are still want Jesse Lingard to join West Ham. I think. I mean, I don't know.
What do you think? What do you think, Nick? Put it into words for us, buddy. We're not in your head. What are you thinking?
I don't know. Solskjaer said he was in his plans for this upcoming season. I think that's a lie, and I think that they should just let him go to West Ham. He's killing it at West Ham, because once Rashford gets back, everyone's back full health. Like, he's not going to have a place in the squad, which sucks.
Yeah,
but you never know. He might be there. He could be staying, could be going. I really want him to stay, but I would be happy if he left.
Well, another possible person leaving the Spurs too would be Hugo Lloris. So, like, is Lloris out too? He seems like he's been kind of pretty quiet. He hasn't shown up. He's not there right now. I'm wondering if they're going to be putting a little bit of a changing of the guards there as well. So that's.
Who do you think would be their goalie if
Well, they just signed trying to remember what's the kid's name from Italy. Starts with a G. I just can't see anything with this because of the lights in my eyes, so I can't physically read anything.
My God.
It's really small writing.
Yeah, it is.
All right, let me zoom this.
We're having technical difficulties here. I wish I knew his name.
Let me look it up real quick.
In other news, Paul Pogba is kind of silent on his future at Man United. He might go to PSG next season, or he might stay. Fabrizio Romano. Ooh, I want you to say that so bad.
I know. That's why I pointed at it to you, because I know you're just going to try to make fun of me. There's zero chance I get that. Pierluigi
Galini.
Pierluigi Giolani.
That guy is on the all-name team here. Pierluigi.
That, I mean, it's
Golini.
I feel like I nailed that. I want to say
definitely did.
that
I'll
felt
give it
really
to you.
good.
I'll give it to you.
I went a little too Mario Kart on that, but but yeah. So he's the young guy that we actually just grabbed. So I think that's sort of where we'd be leaning to if we were changing. He's a young kid, 26 years old, so he has a chance to maybe step in with that.
Do you think Tottenham could get Sterling if Kane goes to?
So that was
if
another
Kane goes
thing
to
I was
City, does
wondering.
Sterling go
I mean,
to-
I saw their name kind of floated around with him. I just don't know if they would. I just don't know if they would pay for him. I don't know why, but I think he's going to cost a lot, and I just don't think that he really is the style that they're looking for up there at striker. I don't think he would fit into this team the way that it's set up right now. You'd have too many guys that like to have the ball at their feet, right?
Yeah,
It's just too many guys who are the ones that kind of like to press the ball up themselves.
Yep.
And you need somebody out there who's just there to shoot.
Yep.
So I think that he kind of would end up doing too much of that too. So it would just be a lot of 1v3 style, like not too much, but yeah, head down, dribbling.
So it's Tottenham. His possible 5 destinations are Tottenham,
Real.
Arsenal, PSG, Barcelona, and Real. I wouldn't mind seeing him at PSG or
PSG is just on too much though.
or Real. Real needs to get a player in there.
Yeah,
They're losing so many guys left and right, and
that would be kind of wild though over there at PSG. The speed that they would have.
they would still lose in the final.
Yeah. I don't know, man. They're gonna be very good.
Boom, French roasted.
Yeah, screw you people from Paris.
No, but a lot to look forward to. The transfer deadline day is the 31st or the 30th of August. I mean, that's going to be a big one.
Yeah.
We'll see some last minute signings, some panic buys from a couple teams that you're just like, oh.
I know for a fact the Spurs are going to have to make some more moves. This team's not even close to full yet, especially with if we lose Kane. But I'm really hoping that we do get Christian Romero as well. It seems like that deal is pretty much in the bag from what I've been reading. So just trying to get the final numbers on it. I was seeing somewhere between 42 to 50 mil for him, which I'm totally playing with. I'm down with that. I love those Argentinian defenders. They'll give us a nice, strong presence there in the back. So that would be another really good pickup there for the boys.
Guys, if you want real good transfer news and just all around good insight to some certain transfers that are going down in Europe, I would follow Fabrizio Romano on Twitter. He's obviously he's pretty much the best source of information for transfers. He's on top of everything.
The Adam Schefter of transfers.
He is the Adam Schefter of transfers, honestly, or Waj.
Yeah, or Woj, yeah.
Yeah, he's honestly, he'll tell you like 4 days in advance if it's happening or not. He's just that good, and he's a better source of information than we are. We're just picking and choosing certain guys.
I'm just trying to make myself happy. So everything that I'm going to talk about are the things that make me happy.
RB's having a rough day today with the Harry Kane news. Yeah,
we've just known it's going to be a thing for a while, but I just refuse to accept it.
Coming, you just
nobody wants to be the one to do the breaking up.
Yep. Speaking of not breaking up, Chiellini and Juve signed a two-year deal. He is as old as a bag of dirt, man. That man is an absolute workhorse. He's like the Zdeno Char of Serie A. That guy just does not quit. Super gritty. And caused you a lot of pain in that final.
He sure did.
When Suarez bit him, he turned him into a zombie.
Yeah, that's what it was. So that's so he can't die.
He's ageless.
He'll never
now.
die.
Yes.
He's not going to retire until he bites Luis Suarez back.
Oh, that's hilarious. Now he's even stronger now. That's the scary part. He's even stronger.
He's like fine wine. He gets better with age.
Better with age. Yeah, so there's a bunch of big dates coming up. August 13th, we got La Liga and the Bundesliga coming back. Then the 14th Premier League starts back up. 19th through the 26th. It's like the only international thing that the Spurs get to be a part of, the Europa Conference playoff. So that'll be good. That'll be the group stages. Hopefully, Kane has decided what he wants to do by then, because we could really use him.
August 21st, Serie A, and tomorrow the Champions League playing rounds are back on. The second round of them, August 3rd. A lot of unknown teams. I obviously wanted Celtic to make it, but they didn't. They got bounced by Michelin. Not Michelin, but Michelin. They're from
Michelin.
Yeah, they're tough to pronounce. I can't pronounce it. But
Don't ask me to do it.
They got bounced, and Rangers are in it as well. They might get bounced. They're playing a tough team. But the final UCL playoff round is on August 25th. So by September, we'll have all the group stages drawn, ready to go, moving on to the Champions League. Mm-hmm. That's going to be, I'm excited for that. I'm excited for
it's going to be exciting. I'm not in it this year. No, it's going to be fun. And I think it's going to be good. Premier League this year. Last year there was a lot of parity. It was one of the best years in terms of that. Watching these transfers go through, watching Man U get even better, seeing some of these other teams. Chelsea's still going to be a tough team next year. Yeah. So there's a lot of teams that could win it this year. It's not just like, oh, Man City's got this or Liverpool's going to win, which is what we've had the last few years. It's just kind of going back and forth between the two highest paid teams. So it'll be interesting to see who it is that we think can actually pull it out this year.
Yeah. Do you have any predictions on that?
I really like the Man U team, so I'm really curious to see how they're gonna go. But it's hard to still bet against City right now.
You're already putting the jinx on them.
Yeah, I know. I almost want to do it just so that you have to feel my pain throughout the year.
I'm gonna hit you with the Uno reverse card real quick. I don't need that negative.
I'm gonna put a season bet on them to win it to lift.
Well, like that.
Really send the curse your way.
Yeah, damn, putting all the pressure on me. I do a lot for the team.
Yeah, hey, as a fan, we're important. I strongly believe that. Last thing here for us. Beat the pod. It's a thing. We want to make this work. We need to hear from you guys. DM us on Instagram at The Linesmen. Let us know if you would be interested in this. I just want to get a good group of people through. We're going to look for a way to put this up through HedgeBetter. So go on to HedgeBetter and create your accounts. Sign up. Get yourself going. We are going to make this thing fun, and we are going to enjoy the Premier League together. I don't think anybody is going to beat us. Nick is on fire. Everybody can bet against me because I'm going to tell you exactly who's not going to win. And I don't think it's possible for you guys to take the podcast down. So jump on in, prove us wrong.
I'm on an absolute heater right now. I'm the man to beat.
Yeah. You're going to have to try to tell us what it is that what do you think we should do, for the winner?
Have him on the pod.
Yeah, have him on the pod. We'll we'll do is we'll have you on the pod as the winner for sure. That's a guarantee. But we'll get a little prize in there. I don't know exactly how big we're gonna make this prize. I guess it depends on how much you guys actually jump on. The more people we have join up, the bigger the prize can be. So tell your friends, even if they don't watch soccer, they'll probably still beat me. So had them in anyways.
Try to get everyone you can to join this.
Yeah.
We really want this to happen, and it'll just be a good overall fun thing to do with the boys, and trying to get some more listeners, some more reactions to our podcast. That'd be really nice.
Yeah, and as a reminder, everybody, this episode itself was sponsored by NL by ML. So time to shred the bod.
Beach season's over already. It's a little late, but never too late to get in shape.
It's never too late. Don't tell my girlfriend. As I'm wearing horizontal stripes like an idiot today. Oh, that's going to do it for us tonight. That's us, the Linesmen, presented by HedgeBetter, sponsored by NL by ML. Thanks for listening.